Hold on. Ready?
This is out there. I passed it.
Or shorter man. Yeah.
Want me to show him for him until he gets here?
Hey,
Yeah. Proxy.
I'll keep my head that way so I
There you
can't
go.
see it.
This way.
It's not Randy, it's not.
Oh, stop it.
Okay, all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
No, I don't have.
Please be seated. My apologies to the audience and those watching at home for the late start tonight. The caucus before council went long for many good reasons. Roll call.
Mayor Delaquila,
Here.
Director Blah Pignatello.
Here.
Director of Finance Herwick,
Here.
Councilman at Large Elliott,
Here.
Councilwoman at Large Kelly.
Here.
Councilwoman at Large Stager.
Here.
Ward 1 Councilman Biassiata.
Here.
Ward 2 Councilman Robo.
Here.
Ward 3 Councilman Snitsky.
Here.
Ward 4 Councilman Greenwald.
Here.
Director of Public Service and Properties Johnson.
Here.
Building Commissioner Bitardi.
Here.
Engineer Collins.
Here.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion to amend consent agenda number 2 and remove consent agenda number 2, item number 3.
Second.
Roll call.
Kelly,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Stager,
Yes.
Greenwald,
Yes.
Snitsky,
Yes.
Robo,
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. I further move that we amend consent agenda number 2, an item for Kurt's brother in the amount of $7,408.70 for the purchase of sand and gravel. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Kelly.
Point of order.
Yes.
Point of order.
Do we need to waive the 24-hour rule?
Law Director.
No.
Thank you.
Briefly before the meeting, I was advised waiving the 24-hour rules for ordinance only, not necessary for consent. But
Okay. Thank
good,
you.
Good call, Councilman. Any further comments?
President, if I may,
Mr. Mayor,
part of this purchase will include a donation of 100 tons of field dressing material by Kurtz Brothers as well.
yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to thank Kurt's brother for the donation of 100 tons of infield mix as well. On amending consent agenda number 2. Roll call, please.
Kelly,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Stager,
Yes.
Greenwald,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo,
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. We now have the reading and disposal of the journal. Regular council meeting held September 10th.
Sorry, having read the council meeting minutes, the council meeting on September 10th, 2018, I find no errors or omissions. Therefore, I move that they be approved as printed.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Kelly.
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Stager.
Yes.
Greenwald,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo,
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. We now have the regular council meeting minutes of September 24th.
Mr. President,
Councilman.
having read the council meeting dated September 24th, 2018, I find no errors or omissions, and therefore I move to be
Okay.
approved as printed.
I'm sorry. We have council clerk has just informed me that they were not distributed in time prior to the meeting. So we're going to change this amendment, Councilman, to table the meeting minutes of September 24th.
You need me to make a motion?
Yeah, I could do it. I'll
Make the motion. Make a motion to table the council minutes of the regular council meeting, September 24th, 2018.
Second.
roll call.
Kelly.
Yes.
Elliot.
Yes.
Stager.
Yes.
Greenwald.
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo.
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. Moving on to consent.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman.
if there's no division of the question, I move that we accept the consent agenda number 1 for October 9th, 2018.
My second.
Roll call.
Kelly.
Yes.
Elliot.
Yes.
Stager.
Yes.
Greenwald.
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo.
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. Consent agenda number 2.
Mr. President,
Councilman.
I move that we pass consent agenda, the amended consent agenda number 2 dated for October 9th, 2018.
I second. Roll call.
Kelly.
Yes.
Elliot.
Yes.
Stager.
Yes.
Greenwald.
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo.
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. Okay. Resolutions of commendation, there are none tonight, so we'll move on to reports of committee. Planning, zoning, economic development.
Mr. President,
Councilman.
planning, zoning, and economic development minutes from previous meetings are with the clerk. Our next meeting is next Monday, October 15th.
Public Works.
The minutes of the last Public Works Committee are still pending. The next meeting will be November 5th.
Community Services.
Thank you, Council President. Our last meeting was October 1st. The minutes are on file with the clerk, and our next meeting is scheduled for November 5th.
Police and Safety.
Thank you. The last meeting was held on 9/17. The minutes are pending. Next police and fire is on October 15th.
Parks and Recreation.
Thank you, Mr. President. Our next meeting will be next Monday, the 15th.
Rules, Ordinances, and Ethics.
The last meeting was held, Mr. President, on October 1st. Minutes are on file with the clerk. Our next meeting is November 5th.
Finance, Civil Service, and Personnel. Our last meeting was on October 1st. Those meeting minutes are on file with the clerk. Our next meeting will be October 15th. We do not have any appointments or confirmations, no communications, petitions. Council is now open to the audience on legislation only. There'll be a further opportunity to comment on anything later. Okay, we're moving on to ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance 121, 2018.
Mr. President,
Councilman.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance 1-2018 by title only for its third and final reading.
Second.
Roll call.
Kelly.
Yes.
Elliot.
Yes.
Stager.
Yes.
Greenwald.
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo.
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Ordinance 121, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement on behalf of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio with Daleen M. Pride, an independent governmental affairs consultant, to conduct a 2-year motor vehicle registration audit of certain Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles records for and on behalf of Seven Hills, Cuyahoga County, Ohio, from January 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2018.
Further motion.
Mr. President,
Councilman.
pass ordinance 121-2018.
I second.
Roll call.
Kelly.
Yes.
Elliot.
Yes.
Stager.
Yes.
Greenwald.
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo.
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. Ordinance 121 is passed. We'll now have the second reading of ordinance 128, 2018.
Ordinance 128, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing the city of Seven Hills to enter into a 1-year rate guarantee agreement commencing November 1st, 2018, and ending October 31st, 2019, with Unum Life Insurance Company of America for the furnishing of life insurance for qualified full-time city employees in an amount not to exceed $4.50 for $25,000 life, 50 cents, $25,000 AD&D, and $243 dependent life, authorizing and directing the mayor to sign on behalf of the city of Seven Hills any and all documents necessary to implement and give force and effect to said life insurance coverages, and authorizing an amount not to exceed $3,800 annually for said coverage.
Now have the second reading of ordinance 129, 2018.
Ordinance 129, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Roble, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a 60-month product lease agreement with Mail Finance of Milford, Connecticut for the lease of one new postage meter, model IN 600 HFSH, IN Series 600, and authorizing an amount not to exceed $6,773.40. Said purchase to be made under the State of Ohio contract GPCO 16RS 902318 and ADS P016169901.
Moving on, amended ordinance number 130.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman.
I'd like to make a motion to amended ordinance number 130-2018 by removing the emergency.
I second.
Roll call.
Kelly,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Stager,
Yes.
Greenwald,
Yes.
Snitsky,
Yes.
Roble,
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. Ordinance 130 has been amended. We'll now have the second reading.
Amended ordinance number 130, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Roble, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a 5-year agreement with dialmycalls.com of Jupiter, Florida for their community notification services in the city of Seven Hills, Ohio, and appropriating an amount of $8,000 for said service.
Now have the second reading of ordinance 131.
Ordinance 131, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Roble, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement on behalf of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio, with Aqueduct Lake and Pond Management of Chardon, Ohio, for the purpose of providing the fall 2018 and spring 2019 winter protection program and services for 2 City of Seven Hills fountains, one at the Seven Hills Recreation Complex and one on Somerset Lane, with appurtenances and appropriating the sum not to exceed $500 for said services.
Now have the second reading of ordinance 132-2018.
Ordinance 132, 2000, by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Roble, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into a data use and security agreement for the Criminal Justice Information Sharing Data Warehouse with the County of Cuyahoga, Ohio, for the purpose of facilitating information sharing among and between law enforcement agencies and other government agency partners.
We'll now have the second reading of ordinance 133-2018.
Ordinance 133, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Roble, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance to amend Section 150.03, City Parks and Pavilion Rentals, as contained in Chapter 150, Use of the City Administration Building Facilities, Parks, Pavilions, and Fields, of Title V Administrative of Part 1 Administrative Code of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Seven Hills, Ohio.
We'll now have the second reading of ordinance 15.
Ordinance 134, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Roble, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance to amend Section 150.06, City soccer and baseball fields is contained in Chapter 150, use of the city administration building facilities, parks, pavilions, and fields of Title V Administrative of Part 1 Administrative Code of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Seven Hills, Ohio.
Now have the second reading of ordinance 135, 2018.
Ordinance 135, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance to amend Chapter 723, Waste and as contained in Title III, Public Utilities of Part 7, Streets and Public Services Code of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Seven Hills, Ohio, by adding new section 723.031 entitled Construction and Rubbish Dumpster Requirements and Restrictions.
So we'll now have the second reading of ordinance 136, 2018.
136, ordinance 136, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Roble, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance to amend section 723.99 penalty as contained in chapter 723, waste and garbage collection of Title III, Public Utilities of Part 7, Streets and Public Services Code of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Seven Hills, Ohio.
Moving on to ordinance 137, 2018.
Mr. President,
Councilman.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read an ordinance number 137-2018 by title only for its first and final reading.
Second.
Roll call.
Kelly,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Stager,
Yes.
Greenwald,
Yes.
Snitsky,
Yes.
Roble,
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Ordinance number 137, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement on behalf of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio, with Set in Stone Contracting LLC of Valley City, Ohio, appropriating $47,850 for the 2018 City of Seven Hills Catch Basin Reconstruction Project, 30 catch basins throughout the City of Seven Hills, and declaring an emergency.
Further motion.
Mr. President, I'd first like to state that the reason for the emergency in this particular ordinance is because this is a construction project. It is now close to mid-October, and we are running out of time for construction projects before winter. On that note, I move that we pass ordinance number 137-2018.
Second.
I'd also like to comment that these 30 catch basins, they were pulled throughout the year, not with the intent of creating a better purchase bidding opportunity. You know, the greater the amount of work, the better the potential to get a good price. It was one of the many reasons we took this approach, and as Councilman Greenwald stated, the intent is to have this work finished by the end of the year or as close to it as the weather permits. Any further comments? Roll call.
Elliott,
Yes.
Stager,
Yes.
Greenwald,
Yes.
Snitsky,
Yes.
Robo,
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. Ordinance 137 is passed. Moving on to ordinance 138, 2018.
Mr. President,
Councilman Snitsky.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance number 138, 2018 by title only for its first and final reading.
Second.
Roll call.
Kelly,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Stager,
Yes.
Greenwald,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo,
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. Further motion.
I gotta read it.
Oh, sorry. We'll now have the first and final reading.
Ordinance number 138, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing the issuance of the annual grant tax rebate to Blue Chip Consulting Group LLC in an amount not to exceed $62,781.48 in accordance with amended ordinance number 77, 2016, passed by council on August 8, 2016, and declaring an emergency.
Further motion.
Mr. President,
Councilman Siski.
I move that we pass ordinance number 138, 2018.
Second.
Any comments? I'd like to just add for the record that ordinance 138 and 139 were economic development deals, and were merely, the criteria were met by the employers. And we thank them for coming to Seven Hills. And since they met the criteria, authorizing the rebates that we are legally obligated to. Any further comment? Roll call.
Kelly.
Yes.
Elliott.
Yes.
Stager.
Yes.
Greenwald.
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo.
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. Moving on to ordinance 139, 2018.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance number 139-2018 for its first and final reading.
I second.
Roll call.
Kelly.
Yes.
Elliott.
Yes.
Stager.
Yes.
Greenwald.
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo.
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Ordinance number 139, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delacuilla and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing the issuance of the annual grant tax rebate to BBMC Mortgage in an amount not to exceed $39,374 in accordance with ordinance number 131, 2017, passed by council on December 11th, 2017, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman.
I move that we pass ordinance number 139, and I would like to comment that you already stated the reason for the need of this. BBMC Mortgage met the payroll thresholds in their contract, and therefore we are obligated to pay the rebate.
I second.
Roll call.
Kelly.
Yes.
Elliott.
Yes.
Stager.
Yes.
Greenwald.
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo.
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. Ordinance 140, 2018.
Mr. President,
Councilman Elliott.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance number 140-2018 by title only for its first and final reading.
I second.
Roll call.
Kelly.
Yes.
Elliott.
Yes.
Stager.
Yes.
Greenwald.
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo.
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Ordinance 140, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delacuilla and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into a collective bargaining agreement on behalf of the city of Seven Hills, Ohio, with the Seven Hills Firefighters Association for the purpose of memorializing wage negotiations with various fire department employees and declaring an emergency.
For the motion.
Mr. President,
Councilman.
I move that we pass ordinance 140-2018.
Second.
Roll call.
Yes.
Elliott.
Yes.
Stager.
Yes.
Greenwald.
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo.
Yes.
Biassiata.
I forgot to comment on this one.
It's okay.
So I'll do it now. I just, this is the culmination of a many-year cross-terms negotiation with the fire department. And I think firefighters of Seven Hills are doing a great job and sticking with this negotiation for, I think, 3 years, certainly over 2. I'd like to thank Councilman Pat Elliott for his work as chairman of Police and Fire and the many, many hours he put into this negotiation. I'd like to thank our law director for shepherding the process. And I'd like to thank Mayor Delacuilla for bringing it home. I think it at one point reached an impasse, and the mayor showed his leadership skills, working with all the parties involved, and brought this to a fruition after many, many hours of negotiation. So I'm happy for the city of Seven Hills, and I'm happy for the Seven Hills Fire Department that this has come to a resolution and we can move forward now. My vote will be yes. Yeah. Okay, ordinance 140 is passed. Moving on to ordinance 141.
Mr. President,
Councilman,
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read ordinance number 141, 2018 by title only for its first and final reading.
Second.
roll call.
Kelly,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Stager,
Yes.
Greenwald,
Yes.
Snitsky,
Yes.
Robo,
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Ordinance number 141, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila, councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance to amend Chapter 305, Traffic Control Map and File, Sections 305.01 and .02 of the codified ordinances of the City of Seven Hills, Ohio, by adding thereto a stop sign at the northeast corner of the Elaine Drive and Jane Drive intersection and declaring an emergency.
Do we have a further motion?
Mr. President.
Councilman,
Yes, I move that we pass ordinance number 141, 2018, and I will say, like to note that the reason for the emergency is that this is definitely a
Second.
roll call.
Kelly,
Yes.
Elliott,
yes.
Stager,
Yes.
Greenwald,
Yes.
Snitsky,
Yes.
Robo,
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. Ordinance 141 passed. We'll now have the first reading of ordinance 142-2018.
Ordinance number 142, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance to appropriate a sum not to exceed $267,487 for the purchase of one 2018 STS Freightliner M2 Braun Super Chief ambulance and one 2018 STS Braun XL options with pertinences for use in the fire department of the City of Seven Hills, Ohio. Said purchase to be made from Penn Care Incorporated of Niles, Ohio, through the Ohio Department of Administrative Services Office of State Purchasing Contract number 800263, Ohio STS number 233, with the price guarantee for order available through October 31st, 2018.
Now have the first reading of ordinance 143-2018.
Ordinance 143, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement on behalf of the City of Seven Hills, Ohio, equipment of Warren, Ohio, for the purpose of purchasing 3 sets of turnout gear for the new City of Seven Hills firefighters and appropriating the sum not to exceed $11,211 for said purchase.
We'll now have the first reading of ordinance 144-2018.
Ordinance 144, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Roble, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an agreement on behalf of the City of Seven Hills, Ohio, with G&D Electric Company of Brecksville, Ohio, for the purpose of purchasing new LED fixtures and lamps with appurtenances for the City of Seven Hills Recreation Center pool area and appropriating the sum not to exceed $11,200 for said purchase.
We'll now have the first reading of ordinance 145-2018.
Ordinance 145, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into a 4-year technical service support agreement on behalf of the City of Seven Hills, Ohio, with Physio Control Incorporated for performing annual technical service support of the fire departments and recreation centers Life Pack 15, Lucas CPR, and Life Pack AED and battery support systems, and appropriating the $24,696 for said service.
We'll now have the first reading of ordinance 146-2018.
Ordinance number 146, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delaquila and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor to enter into an annual professional service contract with Marianella Sereno for the purpose of providing Zumba classes at the Recreation Center for the period covering January 1st through December 31st, 2018.
We'll now have the first reading of ordinance 147, 2018.
Ordinance 147, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delacuilla and councilpersons Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. An ordinance to amend section 151.091, compensation of employees generally, as contained in chapter 151, employees generally, of Title V Administrative of Part 1 Administrative Code of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Seven Hills for the purpose of amending compensation for the Director of Finance.
Moving on to resolution number 20, 2018.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman.
I move that we suspend the rules under the charter and read resolution number 20-2018 by title only for its third and final reading.
I second that.
Roll call.
Kelly,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Stager,
Yes.
Greenwald,
Yes.
Snitsky,
Yes.
Robo,
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes.
Number 20, 2018, introduced by Mayor Delacuilla and Councilman Biassiata, Kelly, Elliott, Stager, Robo, Snitsky, and Greenwald. A resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor.
Mr. President,
Councilwoman.
I move that we adopt resolution number 20-2018.
I second.
Roll call.
Kelly,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Stager,
Yes.
Greenwald,
Yes.
Snitsky,
Yes.
Robo,
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. Resolution number 20, 2018 has been adopted. Council is now open to the audience.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry to come here tonight. I didn't know you guys are going to be here this long, hold me up. But I wanted to take the time. I think just about everybody knows what happened to Lucky's Angels. We are the only feral cat rescue, to my knowledge, in the state of Ohio. That means wild cats. I do not accept cats where they drop them off and say this and that. Up and we get them. This city alone, I have got 68 cats already trapped, where people throw them away and they become wild. Excuse me.
Dennis, can I have you move the microphone up a little bit? It'll be easier for our,
Okay.
right,
Is that
now
better?
maybe down a little.
Now?
That's good. Thank
That
you.
good?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to kind of direct me. This is the first time in 6 years, or 6 or 7, that I've been out at this time of night. Every day, 7 days a week, I feed 100 and some cats from 8:30 to 11 o'clock every night with their wet food for their health. We have a lot of people who are wondering why maybe the city allowed me to do some of the things that I done. There is one place here I would like to give you a copy of one of the reasons I do. Can
All right, please approach,
pass this out to
sir.
so we'll know a little bit of what you need. Excuse me. Just on one place, caught 9 cats. Out of the 9 cats, 6 of them were pregnant. That gave me 33 cats in 3 weeks. So the amount that I do, my house has got to be one of the largest there is in Seven Hills. I have all 3 floors. We're 40 by something almost like 5,000 square feet, which is bigger. I'm going to court Thursday at 1:30. I wanted everybody to see at Primrose Lane, I marked it there. That cat was in a trap, running around for 2 days, and you can see the date on my time. I stayed there and it was cold, but I got him finally. This is wrong, what the human beings are doing to kitty cats. Because the county, the state, the cities, they throw them out to die. They fix them. An outside cat lives no more than 4 years. so to give them a slow death sentence. What I've been doing for now and the rest of my life, I'm ashamed of how I treated cats when I was young. I did not know that they saved the human race. You check your history in the 16th century. We're the only country in the world that don't honor cats. And what I did is, I'm a vet. I served my time in Nam and a lot of places for this country. And I want to thank specific people here who knows what I was doing, and they allowed me to do it. And you guys know who I mean. We saved a lot of cats, guys, and they're going to destroy me. But I will not mention anybody who helped me because I don't want nothing to come down on you guys. But I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to save the cats. And I got one more important message. Meow, meow. That's thank you for the cats' lives that we saved. Thank you, guys.
I think I speak for all of us that we thank Mr. Glendenning for coming tonight and sharing his passion. And we absolutely thank him for his service to his country as a Vietnam veteran. And I wish him the well going forward. We're going to move on to reports and communications from the Mayor Safety Director.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Feel badly for Mr. Glendenning and the emotions he's going through. Several years ago, our family took in a stray cat and had him dewormed and mites taken out of his ears. And he lived a happy, healthy life with us for something like 15 years or so. I can, at least in a small part, understand the emotions that Mr. Glendenning just shared with us. Mr. President, I want to thank you for the kind words and expression of acknowledgement you shared with us this evening with regard, and me particularly, with regard to the firefighters contract. And I would say the same can be said for you and for all of council. I very much appreciate the leadership that you have shown and all of council has shown. We have from time to time disagreed on things, and we've worked together on many things over the last year or so. Our agreements have always, and I can say that our disagreements have also been equally cordial, based upon policy and not upon personality. We all know that you were left with a very difficult job over this last year. We're bringing things back in line. Many things are yet to be done. None of this happens by magic. It happens as a result of hard work and focus and dedication. And I can look up and down this dais, actually on both sides, not only with regard to council, but with the folks to my right in the administration. And I can say that I'm very proud of everybody on this dais, law director, council clerk included, for all of the hard work that you've all devoted in bringing the many different things to fruition that we see happening. We're about, for example, to see the improvements long awaited on Calvin, the ball fields. I want to particularly single out Councilman Elliott for his work on that. Much of that is going to be paid for by donations, hopefully more than much of it. We're probably going to be seeing some excavating work happening here pretty soon. And I just want to acknowledge the work that everybody up here has done and tell you that insofar as I speak for the city, I want to thank you all for your dedication and the hard work that everybody on both sides of this dais have put in the last year or so. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Reports from directors. Director of Finance.
No report this evening.
Director of Law.
No report.
Director of Public Service.
No report.
City Engineer.
No report, but my latest report is on file in the mayor's office.
Thank you. Building Commissioner,
Nothing.
Council miscellaneous. I'll start with Councilman Roble.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have a floor motion in front of us. And that is whether or not we want to approve a variance that was granted by the Zoning Board of Appeals. I'll read that, their motion. This is for Dan Simovic, 7610 Walnut Drive. The board moved whether or not to grant the applicant and property owner Dan Simovic, 761 Walnut Wood Drive, 473 square foot variance to ordinance number 963.02B6 to allow the existing covered pavilion attached to the existing shed to remain, and a 5-inch variance to allow the overall height of the structure to be 12 foot 5 inches, with the condition that the shed will not be used as a garage as depicted on the drawing submitted. Okay. Going through the factors that the zoning board uses to evaluate the request for the variance, whether the property will yield a reasonable rate of return or whether there can be any beneficial use of the property without the variance. Well, yes, it would return actually, the larger shed would actually provide a better return. The variance is substantial. Yes, it's in square footage, but would the essential character of the neighborhood be substantially altered or joining as a result of the variance? No. While any water problems are being handled, variance would affect the delivery of governmental services. There's no impact there. Was the property purchased with the knowledge of the zoning restriction? Yes, permit was applied for the original construction. Whether the predicament feasibly may be resolved through some method other than a variance? No. There is a net value increase here. Whether the spirit and intent behind the zoning requirement be observed and substantial justice done by granting a variance, it's hard to assess because it's already been done, but the spirit is supported by having the meeting at which the variance was requested. Therefore, I move that in the matter of a variance requested at the October 3rd, 2018 Zoning Board of Appeals meeting by Dan Simovic, 7610 Walnut Wood Drive, in reference to a pavilion shed permit with the variance granted, I move that we concur with the findings of the Zoning Board of Appeals.
I'll second the motion.
Roll call.
Kelly,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Stager.
Yes.
Greenwald,
Yes.
Snitsky.
Yes.
Robo,
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes. Floor motions, we've concurred with the zoning board. Further miscellaneous, Councilman Roble.
Nothing more.
Councilman Snitsky.
With all that emotion out there today, plus, we've been working awful hard over here, and after what the mayor said, I got to chime in a little bit too, because this is the third council I've been on, been involved in government for about 8-10 years now, and without a doubt, this is the most professional group I've ever been affiliated with, and we can agree to disagree, and still we've accomplished an awful lot. I'm really, really glad to see some of the real estate development and redevelopment that's going on in this town. It's very exciting and long overdue. So with that, I want to thank everybody for being professional. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Greenwald.
Nothing this evening.
Councilman Stager.
Nothing, thank you.
Councilman Elliott.
Nothing this time.
Councilman Kelly.
Just a brief comment. I would like to congratulate President Tony B. for taking first place at the Fall Fest Chili Festival. He scored the trophy.
did it.
It was, that's what I'm hearing. It was fixed.
I'm demanding a recount.
I don't even know.
I have to say honestly, I tried all the residents' chilies, and I did think Tony's was the best.
Perfect.
Is the check in the mail?
Apparently, I'm going to have to write a few checks today.
So congratulations, enjoy your
Thank you.
trophy. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
I wish I had the names of the other winners in the category. We'll have to do that for next meeting. And all the volunteers that made this Fall Fest another successful outing. Thank you. Specific thanks to Tony Terry, another outstanding event. Well attended. Everyone there had fun. For having the rec center in tip-top shape for the event.
And the Browns won.
Yeah. And I'd also like to thank Seven Hills resident Navy veteran Joe Burdick. He donated flags for the rec center, and along with the new painting there, they looked outstanding. So thank you, Joe Burdick, for that donation and improving the aesthetics of our rec center. Second tonight, I'd like to thank the Kurtz brothers. I mentioned it earlier, but I want to make sure it's real clear, and this is the first of many of these acknowledgments coming. Can't emphasize that enough. So big shout out to Kurtz brother for donating 100 tons of infield mix to be used as part of the Kelvin Park project. And thank you, Councilman Elliott, for spearheading a lot of that and shaping up very nicely. And thank you to Engineer Dan Collins. And I know you've done a lot of work on this, even drawing the master plan several months ago. And we even took some heat from taking a step back to having a professional design the plan. And you were professional throughout, as you always are. So thank you.
Thank you.
Next, I'd like to thank Councilwoman Kelly for taking the lead on the upcoming ward meetings. If you haven't heard by now, we're going to have ward meetings this coming weekend. Saturday, Ward 1 at 10 a.m. right here in this room, City Hall. Ward 2 on Saturday at noon. Ward 3 will be on Sunday at 10 a.m. Ward 4 will also be on Sunday at noon. If you can't make one of those times that are convenient, your ward's time is not convenient, much of the material will be consistent throughout. Please feel free to attend another meeting. We hope to see a lot of new faces. It's one of the reasons we're having the meetings on the weekend. All throughout the year, people can attend a council meeting on a Monday, zoning board on Tuesday, planning commission on a Wednesday, et cetera, et cetera. So there's many opportunities to participate with city officials and city government throughout the week, throughout the year. So a unique opportunity for those that have commitments in the evening or work commitments that can't make one of these regularly scheduled meetings. So it was a lot of forethought with scheduling these on the weekend and providing ample different times to meet the needs of as many residents as possible. And we want to see you there. It's pretty late tonight. I too, as Councilman Sinski mentioned, I'm pretty excited. Over the next few months, we're going to be seeing the hard work of many, many people come to fruition in terms of economic development. It'll be moving at a fever pitch, and it'll be very, very exciting. And we're all going to be working our hardest, along with zoning and planning commission, the administration, et cetera, et cetera. Bring our economic development deals to fruition. So it's a lot of hard work, but I've never looked forward to such hard work in my entire life, because I know what's possibly and potentially at the end of this. So thank you in advance, council and administration, for the hard work you have done and you will be doing to keep the pace with our economic partners over the next several months. With that, I'll motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call.
Kelly,
Yes.
Elliott,
Yes.
Sager,
Yes.
Greenwald,
Yes.
Snitsky,
Yes.
Robel,
Yes.
Biassiata.
Yes, council's adjourned.
Take care.
They tell me the name of it.
That's all I need. You set me off now for the rest of the night. Huh? Well, as much as my heart and everything else. I pull it out on lawn and, yeah, it's really sad.
Said he was.
Yeah. I just got overwhelmed like that.
You know what? It is
Really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta drop off my luggage.
Okay. We're signing.
No,
I did.
He wants actual hard,
Yeah. I told him we would get together. I was so busy to get to the city.
Yeah.
No,
He wants to like from some city.
that building's not built yet. So it's not a tax.
It's a projected thing.
Similar to like when we had some Downey and Landing. There's a big difference between something that's not an entity.
Yeah, I tried to be as gentle as I
Or just projections.
The
that-
resolution?
Yeah,
Did I miss the
big
resolution?
Should be there, probably on
Oh,
top.
so
Yeah,
top, okay.
probably on top.
That was his family.
So I'm gonna have to sign one spot here, right? One
Yeah,
spot?
if it's just yellow, whatever, yeah. Tony's got two places.
Yeah.
Are you?
I don't know if someone asked him either. I know I
Tomorrow
won't.
morning?
I'm gonna try.
I'm booked.
I'm not gonna do them till I come in tomorrow. I mean, I'll get them done in the afternoon, but
Probably be a little late. The planning
When they're
commission
done.
starts at 7. He's gonna have a little,
oh, no, I
powwow
just.
at 6:30.
Yeah, I
know. It's open
I get
to the
'em.
public.
No problem. We'll get them done.
Mary, you gotta sign. You already
He
signed?
did. He did.
How come there's only
I'll be
one
around if I
signature?
miss something, let me
Just a
know.
minute. Sorry.
Okay, Mayor, have a
Just
good one.
minute.
Good night, Carol.
You too.
Good night.
Oh, that's someone, oh, that's not this one. She's coming back for the tea.
Good night, Bob.
Good night.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
What's this? You win the chili, you don't bring any in. Mafungu.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
Danuccia Somalia. You know what that means?
No.
Means
Well,
your-
family is family. I
means
don't
your
know.
knees are gonna hurt. Means your knees are gonna hurt.
Hey,
Huh?
how you doing?
They already do.
Come on. I thought he was gonna yell at us. And then I thought he was gonna name names. Oh, God, no.
Oh, you're welcome. Fill in a couple dates here and then. You can just, you can fax it or scan it to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.